For old games you can get the Power Mac G3, which was a very good machine back then. Or you can find even better machine, in my opinion, and that's the Mac Mini. For LAN parties it's perfect that it's so small, you can put it in your backpack. And actually it's 6 years newer, so you get the G4 processor, and it has up to 1.5 gigahertz, so that's about 3 times faster, and you get very often 512 megabytes of RAM. That's about 4 times more RAM, and the RAM is about 3 times faster. You get 80 gigabytes of storage, that's about 10 times more, and you get also graphics card with 64 megabytes of VRAM. It should be the Radeon 9200, and 64 megabytes of VRAM is about 4 times more. Yes, it's exactly 4 times more than the Rage 128 GL, which came with the Power Mac. And also you get faster discs, I believe, and faster reading from the discs. So it's actually a much better machine, but the classic system is not supported, so you have to use the the classic subsystem or that. So that's not actually that good. Well, and because there were some problems with some libraries and so on, and it was then quite slower. However, a group of people created a system from the Power Mac G4 Cube, and they were able to run the system on the Mac Mini. So although it wasn't supposed to run the classic system, it can run it now. The only problem is that there is no sound. So only problem, it's a large problem. So you can hear some sound, but that's from external speakers. And it's barely audible, and I have also the microphone should pick it much better than what I hear. So that's bad, and you can't actually use it. Or that was the case until today. I've vibecoded an extension which fixes the sound a bit, so it's not full fix, but at least it gives some sound, and you can just drop it in the extensions. And let's restart the Mac. So usually the vibe coding doesn't work for me. I'm sorry for that sound. That's just the classical chime, and that was never the problem with the OS 10, but it was always problem with the OS 9. And so for me the so sleep. Yeah. And so usually the wave coding doesn't work perfectly, and still the chatbot wasn't able to solve the problem fully, but at least it gave some half solution, and it's better than no solution. And because I don't understand the old system, then it's better than if I try to select the pins randomly, or at least it says that it selected some pins for amplifier. Well, there will be the extension image that it loaded it properly, hopefully. Here it is. So it loads the extension and we should get some sound. Oh, did you hear that? So now you, I guess, see what's the problem. You get the maximum volume from the internal speaker, although they are plugged in the headphones or the external speakers, and it's the maximum volume. And if I try to change the volume, it doesn't change anything, even if I mute it. And I can get also the sound from these external speakers. So maybe I can unplug the internal speakers and then use these with my headphones or something. It's the maximum volume, so it's not that great, but it's better than nothing. And it's easier to lower the volume than get some volume from the nothing that was there. So let's see that it works in a game. Lower the volume a bit again.
In 2291, in an attempt to control violence among deep space miners,
And here we
the
are.
US government legalized no holds-barred fighting. The Anti-Mining Corporation, working with the NAG, established a series of leagues.
I want to show why it's so good to use this system. So if I go to system console, I will lower the volume now. So you can see that we are getting about 80 frames per second, kind of going through the map, and I chose this map because I like it, but also because it's the large map and it's less frames per second on kind of the whole map than inside the room, where we can get about 100 frames per second. And this is the maximum graphics, I think. So let's play. We are getting nice 70 frames per second. So that's about comparable to the PowerMac G4 with about gigahertz processor and maybe was it ATI 9000. So with these power max you can get maybe 100 frames per second, but still this one is very playable and it's much more portable. So now we drop to 400, so 40, and we are back to 70 frames per second. Now it will drop to maybe 20 when the camera changes. No, or sometimes it does. '60, '70. It's very good, and if you want for a LAN party, I think this is perfect. You have to modify it, I guess, with the speakers, with the internal one that you will replace it, remove it, and use only headphones with that. But otherwise, it's perfectly working. That was mine. Yeah. So that's the end of the demo. And I will upload the code as it is on some repository. The link will be in the description, so you can download it and use it. Because it's vibecoded, I don't really know if it will work perfectly or what it really does. I let the chatbot generate some description, so hopefully you will figure it out more. It says something that they were just not enable the amplifiers inside the Mac, and it just enables it. Also, I believe it's capable of sensing if the headphones are in or out, but the problem with this volume setting is persistent. So I will let the chatbot think about it harder, and in the meantime maybe I will learn how to fix it myself. Who knows who will be faster. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show, and hopefully you can enjoy it as well. And hopefully you can also enjoy Unreal Tournament. Bye.